Beautiful. All right. Well, Tex, I guess probably really good to get a win. How important is it for the young guys and for the development of the group to get the wins on the board in the last couple of games of the season?
You probably answered the question, mate, yourself. It was a big week for our footy club. Obviously, being told that we're coming to Melbourne, then we're going to Queensland, then we weren't, then we ended up coming here. So a couple of words that stick out to me is mature and resilient win for our boys on the weekend. Ability to go out there and actually perform, not just play. Builds character and builds some strength within our group, and it keeps us on the track that we're going in the right direction.
Yeah, I guess last time when you went into the hub, you didn't get the results. I mean, the importance of getting a result now. I mean, going into Melbourne, I guess how you kind of said it before. It seems to set up the group for next year and the season's going beyond that.
Oh mate, we've still got 4 games left, so we're not even worried about next year at all. We've said it probably the last 4 or 5 weeks. We want to finish the year off like we started it. And we knew on the weekend against Hawthorn it was going to be a great contest. They drew with one of the top sides in the competition in Melbourne Demons last week. So we knew that it was going to be a pretty good contest. And as eerie and as different as it was, not having anyone cheer and support, it was a great step forward for our young group.
Yes, the big difference from previous weeks was the way you're able to impact the scoreboard as a team. I think you had less inside 50s than Hawthorn, but you were pretty accurate. I mean, what kind of did anything change with the forward group to get that accuracy?
No, not at all, mate. It's great that our young group up front's been able to take our opportunities and finish off on Saturday night. So we'll continue to try and do that for the rest of the year and going forward.
You must have been happy, I guess, seeing Elliot and Darcy stand up against the Hawks.
Both very good. Yeah, that's one of Darcy's probably better games for a while. Consistent performance over 4 quarters, so it was outstanding. And it's great to have Big Easy up front. He's a great target for our boys, and the boys have a lot of confidence when they kick it to him. So we're starting to get a good mix down front.
I know final one from me. I know you're close with Darcy. Do you kind of say to him, that's the template now that you have to, that we want you to follow every week?
He knows, mate. I don't need to tell him.
Fish Whiting, you there from AFL?
Yeah, mate, I am. Tex, I'll just follow on from that. Obviously, you've got some young key forwards that you've worked alongside this year. What do you want to see out of Darcy in the final month, and how have you seen the progress of a guy like Riley over his first season?
The young boys just need to keep believing that they're good enough to play AFL and consistently perform at that level. We saw Darcy on the weekend, as I said, he put a 4-quarter performance together, which has probably been his challenge in his first part of his career. So if he can keep doing that, I'm sure our football club will be in great stead with him leading, and Filthy and Elliot Himmelberg, just to name a few. So the club's in great hands.
Are you a guy that tries to impart, what you learnt in your first couple of years, or do you treat them as individuals and, guys going along their own path?
I'll certainly try and handball a little bit of my experience to the younger guys, but you've probably answered as well. That they're all different. They all play a little bit different. You've got to work with the individual. So it's been quite enjoyable for me to work with those young guys, and I get a massive kick out of doing work with them during the week and then seeing them do it on game day.
And just personally, what are you expecting out of yourself in the final month of the season?
Oh, mate, I just got to keep playing my role and enjoy it like I have the first part of the year. I've treated this year like it was going to be my last, but I've really enjoyed it. And obviously, to get an extension for another 12 months has been super exciting. So if I can continue enjoying my footy and play and mentor these young kids, I'll be very happy.
Channel 7.
How are you, mate? 9 goal kickers, I think it was, individuals. What does it say about your team structure that you had such a big spread and it wasn't all left to 1 or 2 people?
Well, it means we're harder to play against, Theo. Everyone's got to get manned up. You've got to man up 9 blokes to kick goals now. It's good to have a great spread like that, mate. 9 goal kickers, so we've been looking for that all year, and to have some midfielders come forward and kick goals was really good. And then we had a great mix of the boys up front hitting the scoreboard as well.
When you look at yourself, I mean, you touched on where you're at, new contract for next year. I know it probably doesn't enter your mind much, but what would a Coleman medal mean to you at this stage of your career?
Well, it would mean you kick the most goals in the competition, but no, we're not too worried about that, Theo. As I said, we just got to keep enjoying the process that we're on at the moment and finish the year off like we started. That's my main goal as an individual, and hopefully the group will do the same thing.
Would it surprise you? I mean, how would you sum up, the fact you've had an amazing year sort of at this stage of your career, mate? Obviously, you knew you probably could do it, but that it's happened in a team that struggled last year. I mean, what does it say about personally how well you've been able to go?
It just reassures me that I've probably made the right decision to continue playing footy, and if you enjoy what you do, then you see results. And sometimes when you're not playing that well, you don't enjoy what you're doing. So just reassures that, like I said, you got to have fun with what you do, and things start to fall your way if you do so.
And did Crouchy get through a game on the weekend? What did he get up to?
Nah, Crouchy didn't play on the weekend. So it was a bit of a weird one because we had a few boys that didn't play as well. So we used that opportunity to get some running conditioning into Crouchy, and hopefully he'll be right for this weekend.
Is that the plan, mate? Has he done enough?
Yeah, well, he played last week, but because it was a different dynamic and scenario, we had a few boys top up for Geelong and a few boys top up for Richmond. So the PPT just decided to top him up with a little bit more running conditioning than him go and play. So fingers crossed we'll see Matt again on the weekend, depending on what happens.
Thanks, mate.
Good on you, Theo.
Channel 9 there.
Yeah, it's me here. Tex,
Hey.
how are you, great man? Well done on the weekend.
Thanks, mate.
Really good. I was just going to say, you're obviously a big family man. You got the kids at home. How hard is it being away, and are you hopeful of getting back? It looks like we're going to come out of lockdown now Tuesday night.
Yeah.
What's the word at the moment in terms of maybe coming back, or do you think you'll stay in Melbourne for the week?
No, who knows, mate? Like I said, things are changing quite rapidly. So as much as we'd all love to get home and see our families and see our partners and whatnot, we do understand that this is our job, and we'll just do whatever we have to finish the year off. But it's good signs that South Australia are doing some really good things with the numbers and getting tested. So fingers crossed we can get back sooner rather than later, Rennie.
Yeah, bloody oath. And just from me, I mean, you've touched on it, but the younger guys on the weekend, so good. Schonberg was outstanding. Fogarty, obviously. Elliott. You're obviously the ultimate team man. You love team success and you've experienced it. How much does that fuel you for next year and maybe give you the desire and hope that perhaps you could even push for top 8 next year?
I think it gives all our young kids belief. Like, you've seen how many players we've debuted this year, how many guys have taken the next step, like you just said. So that'll give them a little bit of a kick up the bum over the off-season to train hard and come back and get ready for pre-season, because we're building something pretty special, and they want to be a part of it.
Magnificent. Well done on the weekend.
Good on you, Ren, man.
We're working through them. Channel 10, you got any questions?
Got any different questions?
Oh yeah, just one on Sloaney. He pulled up okay, and Lockie Murphy as well with the sore ankles. Are they both looking okay for the Bulldogs this week?
Yeah, Murph will obviously have to get through training this week. He's pulled up pretty well, so I'd imagine Murph will be right. And Sloaney just got a little scratch in his eye, so you know what Sloaney's like, tough as a cat's head. He'll be fine.
And that's all I really had.
Good.
Shane,
Any other questions?
Yeah, just one more on the Bulldogs. What have you made of them recently and their form? They're obviously flying at the moment. How tough is that challenge to play against them, and what can a young group sort of learn from playing against a side like that?
they're literally flying at the moment, aren't they? That little Waitman took a good mark. It was pretty good, wasn't it? No? Okay.
Sure was. Yeah, sorry, I was on mute.
No,
what have you made of their form, though?
I reckon they're top 2 or 3 best teams in the comp. So we're going to have to really bring our game on Saturday to beat them. So it'll be a good challenge for our young group.
Nick, are you on the call? Do you have any questions for Tex?
What do you got for me, Nick?
Thanks, mate. Yeah, Tex, just a quick one. Just wanted to ask you about the impact of James Riley since he's come over as forwards coach and what he's been able to bring to the group and how you found working with him personally.
Oh, I love him, mate. He's been unbelievable for our group. He's a cracking personality. We love him. We just know that whenever we're having meetings or training, it's going to be good fun, but we put our head down and work hard. He's got a great balance of that, and he's got a great balance of being able to teach but challenge individuals and our full group. So he's been enormous for our group, and all the boys just love him.
Thanks, Tex.
No worries, mate.